Hello everyone, this is Saarthmarwaha, your educator for IPMAT Logical Reasoning. Okay, so today we will be discussing a chapter of logical reasoning for our IPMAT exam. So let's get started. So the chapter name is distance and direction. Okay, this is a very important chapter for the IPMAT exam. This is not asked in IPM Indore, but it is definitely asked in your IPM Rohtak and IPM Ranchi. Okay, it's also asked in your JIPMAT. Okay, so distance and direction is a chapter. So, each one of you please have a notebook with you and please note down whatever I am telling, distance and direction. This is a chapter on logical reasoning, distance and direction. Okay. Please have a note of whatever I am teaching. So, in chapter on distance and direction, first of all we will study the basics and then we will move on to the advanced level questions. The basic concepts you should know is, so if we talk about directions, there are 4 fundamental directions, okay, and then there are other 4 directions. Okay. So, the 4 fundamental directions are north, I call it as N, south S, this is east, towards the right side of north we have east, towards the left side of north we have west. Okay. So, we have north, opposite of north is south, okay, towards the right side of north is east and to opposite of east is west. Okay. Now, between north and east we have northeast, between south and east we have southeast, between south and west we have southwest, and between north and west we have northwest. So, these are our 8 elementary directions. Each one of you please make a note of it, our 8 elementary directions. The angle between any 2 direction is 45 degree. This angle is 45 degree. Okay. The angle between any 2 directions, it is 45 degree. And if I talk about angle in general, so the angle suppose between north and east, okay, the angle will be how much? It will be 90 degree. Okay. So, this angle will be 90 degree. So, we should be aware about the fundamental 8 directions, right. These are the fundamental 8 directions which we should be aware about. Please make a note of it. Okay. Now, moving on to the next topic, we should be aware regarding the directions, the movement in the clockwise and anti-clockwise movement. Okay. So, what is clockwise movement? Because in this chapter on distance and direction, we will see movement of people in the clockwise direction or the anti-clockwise direction. Okay. What is clockwise movement? So, clockwise movement means movement in the direction of the clock. Okay. This way, if a person is rotating, it is called as a clockwise rotation. I will call it CW. When the person rotates in the direction of the clock, it is called as a clockwise rotation. Okay. I am starting with the basics, we will study from the basics and then we will move on to the difficult level questions, and at the end of this video I will be discussing previous year actual IPM Rohtak and Ranchi questions. Okay. So, this is your clockwise rotation, then we have your anti-clockwise rotation. Anti-clockwise rotation. What is anti-clockwise rotation? Anti-clockwise rotation is rotation in the opposite direction of the movement of the clock. Okay. It is in the opposite direction of the movement of the clock. So, clock moves this way, but anti-clockwise is the opposite direction of the movement of the clock. That is called as your anti-clockwise direction. Please make a note of it, clockwise movement and anti-clockwise movement. Next is, so now we will discuss what are the various types of questions which are asked. Basically, if we talk about problems on distance and direction, 4 kinds of questions are asked. Type 1 question is based on angle. Type 1 question is questions which are based on angle, okay, based on angle. Type 2 question is based on distance calculation. These are the most frequently asked. These questions are mostly asked which are based on the distance calculation. Okay. Third type is based on direction illusion, they are also asked, and fourth type is based on shadow. We will be discussing each of this topic in detail today, and then I will be giving you the PDF sheet, practice sheet, in which you can solve more questions. Okay. So, starting with type 2 question based on distance calculation or direction prediction. So, before starting with type 2 category, which is based on distance calculation, you should be aware regarding some more basic concepts. So, we will be starting with questions based on distance calculation, based on distance calculation. Now, in questions based on distance calculation, you should be aware regarding the basic theorems of geometry which we have studied. So, you need to be aware regarding the Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem will be frequently used and tested in this chapter, okay, and this Pythagoras theorem you need to know well, okay. So, what does Pythagoras theorem say? So, Pythagoras theorem states that in a right angle triangle, the square of the hypotenuse, this is the hypotenuse AB, this is a right angle triangle, these are the two legs AC and BC. So, according to the Pythagoras theorem, the square of the hypotenuse, that is AB square, is equals to nothing but AC square plus BC square, है ना? AB square is nothing but AC square plus BC square. Please make a note of this Pythagoras theorem, because we will solve various questions based on this Pythagoras theorem. This theorem will be helpful for you in solving different questions of distance and direction. So, what we know is, we call it as the hypotenuse, okay, we call it as a perpendicular, and we call it as a base. So, hypotenuse square is equals to your perpendicular square plus your base square. This is your Pythagoras theorem. Now, you should also be aware about some Pythagorean triplets. If you remember certain Pythagorean triplets, they will help you in speeding up your calculation speed. Okay. Now, some famous Pythagorean triplets, if I talk about triplets, the most important, the most fundamental triplet is 3, 4 and 5. 3, 4 and 5. Okay. So, these are the triplet, they satisfy the Pythagoras theorem. Okay. So, we can say that we know that 5 square is equals to 3 square plus 4 square. It is a triplet which satisfy the Pythagoras theorem, and any multiple of this 3, 4, 5 will also be a triplet. Okay. So, what we can say, multiple of 3, 4, 5 is 6, 8, 10, okay, 9, 12, 15. So, any multiple of this 3, 4, 5 will also be a Pythagorean triplet, and it will follow Pythagoras theorem. So, we can simply say that k times 3, 4 and 5, they follow the Pythagoras theorem. Okay. Do not worry, we are coming to questions very soon. This is the basic theory which you need to know before coming to questions. So, please make a note of it. Other example of Pythagorean triplets is 5, 12 and 13. 5, 12 and 13. and any multiple of 5, 12 and 13. For example, 10, 24, 26, any multiple of 5, 12 and 13, what is k? So, this shows any multiple of 5, 12 and 13, it will be following the Pythagoras theorem. Okay. Please make a note of it. Okay. So, now coming to questions now. Let us start with questions. Okay. Question number 4. Question number 4. Let us try to solve this question. First, I will be solving this question. Then I will ask you people to solve it. Just see what is this question. Question number 4. What does question number 4 say? Question number 4 says Kapil walks 2 km northward. So I just zoom in the question. Kapil walks 2 km northward and takes a left turn, walks 5 km, then turns right, walks 3 km, again turning right, walks 5 km. In which direction is he now from his starting point? Okay. Now, so wherever, how do we attempt such question is, wherever the person starts, we take that point as the point of origin. We take that point to be point O. Okay. Now, Kapil walks 2 km northward. He walks 2 km northward. So, that this direction is north, okay, and takes a left turn. Now, if Kapil is walking northward, he takes a left turn. So, he will turn this way, he turns to the west, he will be turning towards the west. Okay. So, he takes a left turn, okay, walks 5 km, after turning to his left, he will walk 5 km and then turns right, walks 3 km. Now, he is going towards this way, this direction. Now, he turns right. Which direction will he go? He will go towards the north direction. So, he turns north, okay. He turns right, walks 3 km and again turning right, walks 5 km. Now, he is going this direction, north direction. Now, he turns again right. So, which direction will he go? If he is going this way, north way, turns to his right, he will go in which direction? This direction, east direction. Okay. These are basic directions, north, south, east and west. So, he will go towards the east direction. So, he goes east and walks how much? 5 km. In which direction is he now from the starting point? Now, he is asking with respect to the starting point, he is in which direction? Okay. So, we can see that the starting point is here, and with respect to the starting point, he is in north direction. So, our answer is north. Answer is north direction. I hope this question is clear. Please note it down. Coming on to the next question. Question number 8. Question number 8. Let us draw the figure. Okay. Question number 8. What does question number 8 say? Question number 8 says Rati goes 10 km west. So, whatever the origin point of Rati is there, what I will do is I will just mark that point as O. Okay. Now, this point is O. We know the fundamental directions north, south, east and west. She goes 10 kilometer west, 10 kilometer west. Then turns left and goes 16 kilometer. Now, she is going this way. Okay. Now, she turns left. So, if she turns left, which direction she is going to turn? In the south direction. Okay. So, she turns left and goes 16 kilometer. Okay. Then she turns right and goes 10 kilometer. Now, she is going this way. Okay. In the south direction. Now, she is turning right. So, in which direction she is going to turn? She is going to turn in this direction, which is the west direction. Okay. She turns right and goes 10 kilometer. Okay. And then she turns right again and goes 16 kilometer. Now, she is going this way. She is again going to turn right. Which direction she is going to turn? She is going to turn in the north direction. So, she goes here. So, this is the final point. At what distance is she now from the starting point? What distance she is now from her starting point? Question number 8. So, she is at how much distance? See, this distance will be how much? 10 plus this distance is 10. Okay. So, we can say that OF is equals to nothing but 10 kilometer plus 10 kilometer is equal to 20 kilometer. So, answer is D. Answer is D, 20 kilometer. I hope there is no doubt in this question. Coming on to next question, which is question number 10. Tarang. Question number 10. Tarang walks 20 meter in the west and then 20 meter to the left. Question number 10. Yeah. Tarang walks 20 meter in the west and then 20 meter to the left. So, let this be the starting point O. Now, he walks 20 meter in the west. We know the fundamental directions north, south, east and west. Now, he goes 20 meter to the west and then 20 meter to the left. Now, if he will go 20 meter to the left, which direction will he turn? He is going this way. Up direction is right, this direction is left. So, he will turn to the south direction. Okay, 20 meter, Tarang walks 20 meter to the west and then 20 meter to the left. Now, how he will go? 20 meter west. Now, every time turning to her right, she walks 10, 30 and 30. Okay. Now, this way she is going. Now, again she will turn to the right this way. Okay. So, this is 10. Again turning to the right, this will be how much? 30. And again turning to the right, this will be how much? 30. Okay. How far is she now from her starting point? So, this is the final point. Okay. This is the final point. So, what is this distance? How much? How much is the distance OF? We can say that OF is nothing but 30 minus 20 is equals to 10. Okay. So, the value of OF will be equal to 10. So, answer will be 10 meters. B 10 meters. B d10 meters. Okay, we shall move on to the next question now. Okay, so coming on to the next question, which is question number 9. Okay, question number 9, what does it say? After going 60 meter north, question number 9, after going 60 meter north, Tom takes a right turn and goes another 16 meter. He then takes a right turn and goes 48 meter. How far is he from the starting point? Okay, so let us see question number 9. After going 60 meter towards north, Tom takes a right turn. So let this be the starting point O. So he goes 60 meter towards north. Okay, ठीक है, Tom takes a right turn and goes another 16 meter. So let me make this a little big because I need to adjust 16 meter also. So let this point be O. Okay, he goes 60 meter towards the north. This is the north direction. Tom takes a right turn, goes another 16 meter. Right turn and goes another 16 meter. He then takes a right turn and goes 48 meter. Now right turn will be towards the south. Okay, so right turn when he will take, he'll go 48 meter. So this is 48 meters approximately. How far is he from his starting point now? Okay, so this is the initial point, this is the final point. So the distance will be this OF. OF will be the distance. We need to compute OF in this question. Now what will be the value of OF? Now for calculating OF, we need to use the Pythagoras theorem. So let this point be called P. Let this point be called P. What we can say is OF square is equals to FP square plus OP square. Okay, so OF square will be FP square. Now what is this FP? This FP is nothing but 60 minus 48 is equals to 12, and this, what is OP? OP is equal to 16. Okay, so OF square is equal to FP square. FP is nothing but 12 square plus OP square is nothing but 16 square. ठीक है, now OF square is equal to 12 square 144 plus 16 square 256. Okay, now OF square is equal to 144 plus 256, which is nothing but 400. So OF is equal to under root of 400, which is nothing but 20. Okay, so the value of OF will be nothing but 20. So the answer to this question is A, 20 meter. Answer will be A, 20 meter. Okay, I hope these questions are clear to you. Now we will be moving on to the type 2 questions. Okay, please make a note of it. Now we will be moving on to the next type of questions, which is question based on angles. Okay, please see how to solve these questions based on angles. Questions based on angles. Okay, so we will understand this with the help of an example. Let us try to solve question number 1. Let us try to solve question number 1. What approach we should use for solving such type of questions? We will be discussing that approach. Question number 1. Okay. Now, So, we will discuss next type. Type is questions based on rotation. Questions based on rotation. Questions based on rotation. Okay. Now, a girl is facing south, she turns 60 degree in the clockwise direction and then turns 105 degree in the anti-clockwise direction. In which direction now she is facing? So, she is facing south. What is the way of approaching such questions is, question number 1, what we do is we just write these angles. So, what is it saying? She turns 60 degree in the clockwise direction. Just write CW, just write 60 degree below it and then turns 105 degree in the anti-clockwise direction. Okay. Just write ACW and then write the angle below it 105 degree. Okay. In which direction now she is facing? Now, first what we have done is we have just whatever the data is given in the question, we have just noted down the data. In below clockwise we have written clockwise, below anti-clockwise we have written anti-clockwise. Now, next what we will do is we will follow the sign convention. So, this was your step 1. This was your step 1. Step 2 is we write the sign convention, we follow a particular sign convention. What is the sign convention is, for clockwise CW, we take the sign to be positive. Okay. And for anti-clockwise, we take the sign as negative. For clockwise we take the sign as positive and for anti-clockwise we take the sign as negative, right. Now, so this 60 degrees clockwise rotation, I will take the sign to be positive. This 105 degrees the anti-clockwise rotation, I will take the sign to be negative and then I will compute. Okay. So, what answer do I get? So, the answer is C. It is 60 minus 105, okay. 60 minus 105, 60 minus 105, this is minus, answer is minus 45 degree, okay. Now, what does this minus sign indicate? This minus sign indicate that the rotation is in the anti-clockwise direction, because for anti-clockwise we take negative. So, the rotation will be in the anti-clockwise direction. How much degree? 45 degree, okay. Now, so we know that so if the person is standing this way, this is clockwise, hai na? And this way will be anti-clockwise. So, the direction change will be this way and this will be how much? 45 degree in the anti-clockwise direction. So, basically 45 degree anti-clockwise we have shifted. So, finally, this direction is your southeast direction, okay, southeast direction. So, your final correct answer is southeast, okay. So, your correct answer is southeast. Students, please make a note of this approach. This approach we will be using again and again to solve such type of questions. Coming on to the next question. After this question, we will be solving the previous year papers and then we will be closing the session. Question number 2, everyone please try to solve JO 1. Please try to solve question number 2. Okay, I hope you have solved this. We will discuss the solution now. Question number 2, Joe is facing towards south. Joe is facing towards south and turns 45 degree in the anti-clockwise direction. ACW 45, he turns again 180 degree in the anti-clockwise direction. ACW 180, now he turns 270 in the clockwise direction. CW 270. Okay, which direction is he facing now? Now, as per the sign convention, what we do is, for clockwise we take positive and for anti-clockwise we take negative. So, ACW, this should be negative minus 45, ACW negative minus 180 and clockwise positive, that is plus 270. Okay. Now, what is this calculation comes out to be? It comes out to be plus 45 degree. Okay. So, this is plus 45 degree. Now, what does this plus indicate? Plus indicate that this rotation is in the clockwise direction. It is in the clockwise direction. Okay. So, Joe is facing towards south. If he is facing south and we rotate in the clockwise direction by 45 degree, which direction will he be facing? So, see, he is facing south. If he rotate 45 degree this way clockwise, which direction will he be facing? So, this direction is basically your this is your southwest direction. Okay. 45 degree, this will be your southwest direction. So, Joe will be facing the southwest direction. Is it clear to everyone how we approach the questions? Okay. So, the answer here is C, southwest direction. Moving on to the next question. Question number 11, Dheeraj 1. Okay. So, today is our first day of the class. I am keeping the speed a little slow because we are studying from the basics. Once we get a good understanding of the basics, then we can increase the speed slowly and gradually. Just try to solve this question, question number 11, Dheeraj 1. Question number 11. Okay, so let us discuss this question. Question number 11. Dheeraj walks 50 meter towards east. So, here is Dheeraj, this is the starting point, we take it to be O. He walks 50 meter east, he then turns right and walks 30 meter. Turns right, and walks 30 meter. So, this way he is going. If he will turn right, right will be towards the south. Okay? Walks 30 meter. He again turns right and walks 50 meter. Now, he is going south. When he turns right, his right will be towards this direction. So, again he turns right and goes west, right. Now, further he moves 20 meter after turning to his right. Okay. Now, again he turns to the right. So when he turns, this time when he turns to the right, he will turn towards the north direction. Okay. So again he will turn to the right and go how much? He will go 20 meters. So this length will be 20 meters. Now how far is he from his original position? Okay. How far is he now from his original position? So this is his final position. Simply the question is asking what is the value of OF? What is the value of OF? So OF will be nothing but, this will be nothing but 30 minus 20 is equals to 10. 30 minus 20 is equals to 10. So the answer is D, 10 meter. He is 10 meter from the original position. I hope the solution is clear to you. Okay. Okay, now we will discuss the previous year questions of this chapter. Let us discuss the previous year questions of this chapter. Okay. So these are IPMAT PYQs, logical reasoning. Okay. So these questions were actually asked in the previous year IPMAT question paper. Okay. Okay. So this question which is asked, this is actually last year IPM Rohtak logical reasoning question. Everyone please try to solve this question once. This is nothing, this is but whatever I have taught you, it is based on that only. So let us try to discuss this question. Now a man walks 5 km towards south. So let this be the original point. Okay. A man walks 5 km towards south. So let this be the point of origin. He walks 5 km towards south and then turns to the right. Now he is moving south, he will turn to the right. Which way he will go? This way. Okay. Turns to the right. Now this is the origin. He goes 5 kilometers south and then turns to the right, walking 3 km. He turns to the left and walks 5 km. Now this way he is going. Now he is turning to the left. Left will be the south direction. Okay. So turns to the left and walks 5 km. Turns to the left and walks 5 km. Now in which direction is he from the starting place? Which direction is he from the starting point? So this is which direction? So we can easily say that this will be southwest direction. Okay. if you draw the basic diagram of the directions north, south, east, west, so this we can say will be your southwest direction. Okay? And this is actual 2019 IPM Rohtak logical reasoning questions. So, questions are easy in IPM, especially if I talk about the logical reasoning part. You just need to have the correct approach to solve the questions, right, and you should know all the tricks and techniques to solve the questions. So, the answer is southwest direction. I hope there is no doubt. Let us move on to the next previous year question. Now, this is IPM 2020 question paper, IPM Rohtak logical reasoning question. Now, so let's try to solve this. Saurabh walks 80 meter towards the south. Saurabh 80 meter towards the south, then turns to his right and starts walking straight till he completes another 80 meters. Okay, south, then again right turn. Now he is going this way. If he turns to the right, he will turn in this direction. Okay, so this direction will be, then turns to his right and starts walking straight. He completes another 80 meter. Then again turning to his left, he walks for 60 meters. Now this way going left, left means south, 60 meter. ठीक है. Then again turning to his left, he walks 60 meter. He then turns to his left and walks for 80 meter. Turn now, this way he is going. Now he turns to the left. Left will be this way and walks 80 meter. How far is he from his initial position? So this is the final position. We need to tell how far is he from the initial position. So this value will be how much? 60. So SF, this complete distance will be how much? 80 plus 60, that is nothing but 140 meters. Answer D, 140 meters. Answer is D. So he is 140 meters away from the starting point. I hope the question is clear to you. Okay. So I will tell you about our live online batch, our IPMAT live online batch. Our IPMAT live online batch is, I think, the best batch all over India. What we have is live classes. All your classes are live. Okay. Live classes by top educators of India. We have recorded videos. So if you miss a live class, you can watch the recorded video and you can watch it n number of times. There is no restriction on watching the recorded videos. You get study material. The study material is designed by IPM experts who are themselves selected in IEM or they are alumni of IIT, top colleges of India. The study material has more than 4,000 plus MCQ questions. So when you get the rigorous practice of these MCQ questions, your chance of getting into IPM increase manifold. Then you get your all India IPM mock test series. All India IPM mock test series. Okay. All India IPM mock test series you get on our portal and on our app. So all of it is provided at a very reasonable rate. We have given very good selections in the previous year. So if you want to purchase our course, you can purchase it using the buy now button or you can purchase it through our app also. Okay. Thank you everyone. Have a nice day. Thank you all.